Hello, and welcome back to Hitman. And in this series we will go back to where it all started, and this time round we will focus on completing as many of the challenges as we can on each and every one of the primary Hitman targets, with maybe a few interesting bonus kills on the way. Today we are in Mumbai for the Mumbai Blackout Challenge, which entails eliminating all 3 of our targets with electricity. So strap in, this is going to be quite a long one. So for today's challenge we will be bringing with us a ever trusty lockpick, a silenced pistol. I've opted to bring with me my sedative bubblegum, and we will be starting at the boat location. So, with all of that said, let's get reacquainted with our target, shall we?
Carlo, an infamous South China sea pirate better known by his nom de guerre, the Maelstrom. Vanya Shah, a shady figure in Mumbai's criminal underworld, and Darwood Rangan, the gang's old cashier turned dodgy movie producer.
So, right from the start and off the bat, we're just going to grab this fish that's right in front of us here, and we're going to make our way over to the crow's nest hideout, and we are going to take care of the Maelstrom first of all. So we have a number of people we need to get rid of. So the first thing we're going to do is turn off the generator outside the crow's nest, turn it back on again, and that will attract the attention of one of the guards inside. And when he comes out to investigate, we can then render him unconscious. We're going to grab the key that he drops, and then we're going to make our way into the building after taking the guard's outfit so that we're not trespassing. That's it, unlock the door, there we go, well done. We're going to make our way inside and knock out the guard inside. And then we're going to take both of their bodies and their guns. We need to clean up this whole area, leave no evidence. We're going to hide them up on the first floor. So victim number 1, you can lay there for a little while, and then back down for victim number 2. Don't forget to collect his gun as well. And up the stairs we go. Now the Maelstrom will come through this area, but he won't come up the stairs, which is why we've had to clean and tidy up as we go. So from here we're going to make our way down into the crow's hideout itself, and we have a number of people down here, about 5 to get rid of. Starting with the gentleman you can see leaning against the crates ahead of us in the armory. So once this guy moves away, he's gonna turn and face the shelves at the back of the room, and when he does, we can then render him unconscious with our fish. We're gonna hide his body in the closet provided, and we're gonna hide his gun around the back of the crates here. Now the Maelstrom will come into this area to get changed, which is why we are making sure this room is clear. This is where we're going to take the Maelstrom out. So from here we're going to select one of the guns that we have collected and drop it just outside the door in front of us here, as long as the 2 guards are at the other end of the corridor. There they are. So when they return back down to this end of the corridor, one of them will spot that gun and they will bring it into this room, and when they do, we can close the door behind them, get behind the target here, render him unconscious, not the target, the victim shall we say. We're going to hide him in the closet provided as well, so that's 2 down, 3 to go. We're going to once again tidy up everything here. So we're just going to take all of the guns and things like that, and we're just going to hide them around the back of the crates here. Let's see. No, we want the bubble gum. So we're going to place our bubble gum just on the floor in this puddle roughly here. Now if you don't have the bubble gum, it doesn't matter. I've only opted to bring it to make my mission that slightly bit easier. when the Maelstrom comes down here, you'll find it very easy to get behind him and render him unconscious. But before that, we need to take care of the other patrolling guard in the corridor. So once he is in this area and on guard, we can then drag him in, or render him unconscious and drag him into the stairwell where there is another closet available. And I do recommend that no one ever gets in this closet, as it is either glitched or it is a trap and you cannot get back out again. So what we're going to do now is make our way down the corridor to the far end and through the door at the end here, and just here we have the entrance to the sewers. So we're going to drop one of the guns that we've collected, and then we're going to pick up a gas cylinder and throw it against the wall there. That will attract the attention of one of the two guards guarding the sewer entrance, and we're going to make our way back into the crow's nest hideout area here and just hide behind the crates, and eventually that guard will collect the gun that we've dropped and he will bring it into this area, and he's taking it to the room where we have placed our bubble gum. He's not going to get there though, so once he gets sort of level with the closet down the about halfway down the corridor, we're going to knock him out with our fish and hide him in the closet. Now we're just going to basically rinse and repeat the exact same procedure for the second guard who is guarding the sewer entrance. Where'd I put that cylinder? Ah, there you are. So once again, drop a gun on the floor, throw a cylinder against the wall there. That will get the other guard's attention. Once again, reselecting our fish. We're going to lie in wait just by the crates here. Now this guard is an enforcer, so it is a good idea to hide. And once he goes past, just like we did before, we're going to wait for him to get relatively close to the closet before rendering him unconscious and deposit him inside. So everything down here is now set up, but the Maelstrom will not come in here until he is called for, and that's where we're off to next. We need to raise the flag on the hill. So we're going to make our way over to the hill area, which is just up to our right here, but we can't go up the stairs even though we're in the right outfit, as there is an enforcer on the stairs. So we're going to take our way up via the extendable ladder here. So we're just going to shoot down the ladder if we could shoot, and we're going to ascend the ladder, make our way up onto the roof of the Maelstrom's ex-wife's house, or still wife. I don't know if they ended up getting divorced or he was declared dead. And up here we have the flagpole, which we will then shoot the switch for. There we go. That will raise the flag, and that will summon the Maelstrom to this area, and he will have a meeting with his wife before making his way down to the crow's nest hideout, where we will be lying in wait. So we're just going to make our way now back to the crow's nest hideout and the armory room, and we will wait for the Maelstrom to arrive. Again, we're just going to clear up as we're going. We don't want to leave any evidence lying around, and we're just going to wait right here where we've been dropping all of the guns and everything else. So we have a bit of time, so instead of waiting, we're going to set up the last little bit, and just outside of the armory we will find a car battery. So we are going to take that car battery and we are going to place it just by the sewers here. Just checking there isn't another battery in the area. We have a fair wait because the Maelstrom is going to have a relatively long conversation with his wife. They haven't seen each other in quite some time, so they have a lot of catching up to do. But eventually, once they have finished their conversation, the Maelstrom will make his way down here to get changed. This is one of the reasons why he's so hard to spot, because he moves around the map and at several points he will change his clothes. So once he comes into the room, he will approach the closet provided and he will have his back to us. So if you don't have the bubblegum, it's at that point you can approach him from behind and render him unconscious. We have the bubblegum, so all we have to do is wait for him to find it, swallow it, and then pass out.
47, that's the Maelstrom. You found him.
So all we've got to do now is take the unconscious Mr. the Wazir Kali, or the Maelstrom, and we're going to drag him down to the sewer, and we're going to dunk half of his body into the water here. Now I used to do this with a puddle in the corridor, but it doesn't seem to work anymore. There was one rather sizable puddle in the corridor, and we used to be able to just dump him in that and then drop the battery on him like this.
The infamous Maelstrom is dead. Very well done, 47. No rest for the wicked, however. On to the next one.
So at this point I recommend dropping a save. Basically we want to make a quick save after each kill, as this is quite a lengthy process. So from here, with one target down, we're going to move on now to Dawood Rangin. So we need to make our way over to Rangin Tower, and we're going to make our way, once we get there, up to the 4th floor, which is where Dawood Rangin frequents the most. Now there are a number of bodyguards up in this area, and we need to remove all but one of them. So we're just going to vault over the wall at Rangin Tower, up the stepped garden out the front, pull out our silenced pistol and shoot the camera above the entrance. And that will distract the young lady standing outside, and she will go up to the 1st floor to investigate. We can then follow her inside and into the lift shaft, and we're going to ascend up to the 4th floor, keeping a very careful eye on the guard you can see that I'm focused on, who will come and stand at the entrance to the elevator shaft, which is useful for us because then we can render him unconscious from around the corner and we can take his outfit. Now we are going to hide this guy's body as well, just in case, because Dawood Rangin could potentially come past this area, depending on how we manipulate him. So once we have that guard safely out of sight and out of mind, we're going to make our way back down to the 4th floor and around to the back of the lift shaft, where we will find a generator, and we're going to use this generator to distract and eliminate many of the guards. There are about 4 guards that we need to get rid of, most of which we can get rid of with this generator. So once we've turned it off and on again, we're just going to hide around the corner, and then once one of the guards comes to investigate, we can then render him unconscious. Don't forget to collect up his gun. We're going to drag the guard around to where we were hiding, and basically what we're going to do now is rinse and repeat this 3 or 4 more times. So there are 2 guards just around to our left watching TV. There's the 2nd one. There is a patrolling guard who also patrols in that area, and we need to get rid of him as well. And it would be advisable to get rid of Dawood Rangin's personal bodyguard as well, using this same method. So guard number 2 has come to investigate, so just rinse and repeat, sneak up behind him, render him unconscious, don't forget his gun, drag him around the corner, and then once again start again. So why we are doing this is because around the corner where the guards are watching TV, there is a water cooler, So we need to use that for our electricity kill. So our third guard on patrol has just entered the area, so we'll take care of him while he's here. Also be very much aware that Darwood Rangin, as I mentioned, does frequent the area here. As you can see, that in the distance there is his personal bodyguard, and he doesn't know which way he's going. He's stopping and going left and going right, so we're just gonna give him a chance to wander off before we re-attract the attention of the patrolling guard. There we go. And once we have this guard out of the way, we only have 2 more to go. So once the guard makes his way around here, there he is. Hello. You've worked very hard today. You have earned yourself a nap. There we go. So once again, don't forget the gun. Grab the body. Hide him round the corner. We are getting a nice sizable pile of black suits here. There, lovely. Drop the gun here, we don't need that just yet. We have the Uzi we can use in a few moments. So what we're going to do now, as Darwood Rangin is just leaving the area, is we're going to make our way around to the TV area. That's the TV just to our right. Now there is another guard just over at the back of the room there. He is an enforcer, so we're going to hide behind these crates here. We're going to shoot the plug on the floor by the water cooler, and then we are going to await the arrival or the re-arrival of Darwood Rangin, and we're going to wait by the generator here. Now what we want to do is wait for Darwood to make his way past, and he will make his way over to the far left corner of the area and make a phone call. And we want to turn on the generator, turn it off again, and attract the attention of his guard. Now I turned on the generator ever so slightly too early. I would recommend you wait another second or 2 before turning it on, because as you can see, we have attracted the attention of Darwood Rangin himself and not the bodyguard. So we are going to have to improvise very quickly here. So we're just going to follow the guard around. We're going to render the guard unconscious. That will alert Darwood Rangin and cost us our silent assassin rating briefly. But if we're quick, we can knock Darwood out before he alerts anyone, as there are 2 more guards in this area. We're just going to hide him over by these plywood pile here. And then we are going to hide the guard's body and his gun once again, and we'll put him in the pile with all of his colleagues. There is a crate just off to the right, but I don't think we're going to get 5 or 6 people in there. So with this all taken care of, we have 1 more guard to get rid of, and that is the enforcer. And although we could theoretically take care of Darwood Rangin without alerting him, the water cooler will draw his attention and he will get electrocuted as well. So what we're going to do is take one of the guns that we have collected, and we're going to drop that on the floor just in his line of sight, and he will come along and take that away. And when he does, we can then drag Darwood Rangin around to the plug socket on the floor in front of the water cooler, just being aware of where the other guard is. He shouldn't be a problem. So we're just going to drag Darwood over here, and all that's left for us to do is to shoot the water bottle.
Darwood Rangin is confirmed killed. Just 1 target left. Let's bring this one home.
So once again, we are going to drop a quick save, and now we are going to have to await the arrival of, or the return of, the guard who we selected to take the gun away. We're also going to hide Darwood Rangin's body so that that doesn't distract him either. And that is the problem if you leave. When the guard comes back, he finds Darwood Rangin's body, but it's an accident kill, so that doesn't count. but when he approaches, for some reason he gets electrocuted also. So the guard has now returned. He will now spot the puddle on the floor and go over to investigate. And when he does, we can hop over these sand or concrete bags here and render him unconscious before he approaches the puddle. Again, collecting up his gun and hiding him. We'll put this guy in the crate. We may as well use it. There we go. So, 2 targets now completely taken care of. We're going to retrieve one of the assault rifles here. You don't need to do this. We can pick up one over at the train station or the train yard. And that is exactly where we are heading now. So we're going to make our way back to the lift shaft, back down to the ground floor or the first floor, depending on your perspective. And we are going to exit Darwood Rangin Tower the same way we came in, over the wall, and we are going to head around the edge of the map, collecting up this car battery by the SUV on our way. Now, the reason I take the edge of the map instead of cutting right through the map, which would be considerably quicker I believe, is basically because there are enforcers or super enforcers dotted around the inside of the map, and I also tend to get quite lost. So it's much easier for me to make my way around the edge of the map to the train yard. And we're going to approach the train car just here, the red one, and we can vault over the fence and into the train yard itself. And in here we are going to make our way over to the door that's just over here on our left, and we're going to place our battery on the floor. So with that done, that's all that set up, we need to now turn on Vanya Shah's meditation chamber. So we need to make our way back out of the building, and we are going to ascend the pipe up to the roof here. And up here we are going to acquire ourselves one more change of outfit, and we are going to turn on the valve on the water tank just ahead of us. But to do that we need to make our way past the water tank and to the shed in the middle of the roof here. We're going to lockpick our way inside. In here we will find a hammer and a wrench and a number of other little items. We're going to collect up both the hammer and the wrench, press ourselves against the wall by the door, and we're just going to wait for the 2 patrolling guards you can see there to return to this area. And once they're just at the corner of the shed that we are in, we are going to take the wrench or the hammer and we are going to throw it into the middle of the room. Anywhere in here will do. And that will attract the attention of one of the 2 guards, and when they come to investigate we can then subdue them from around the corner. So keep an eye out for his shadow. There it is. Smash that subdue button, render him unconscious. We're going to take his outfit. Now his gun, which he has dropped, is just outside of the shed. Now we're going to leave that there, because that will then attract the attention of the other patrolling guard, and he will have to take that all the way down to the ground floor, and that will put him out of our way for some time. But he is not the guard we are worried about. It is actually the guard guarding the water tower we need to remove. So we're going to take one of the guns that we have and drop it on the floor, and then take our hammer or our wrench and throw that also on the floor. And that will attract the attention of the guard. He will spot the gun and he will move to take that one away. And as you can see in the distance, the patrolling guard is also taking away the other gun. So once this guard moves off, we can then approach the water tank. Go on, move away. Yep, that's it. Off you go. It's a long journey, get on with it. Once we can approach the water tank, we can then turn the valve here, and that will reactivate Vanya Shah's meditation chamber. So all that's left for us to do now is to retrace our steps back down to the ground floor and return to our waiting car battery. And at this point we will have a short wait ahead of us, because Vanya Shah is currently having one of her meeting sessions. So we're going to collect up our battery, lockpick our way through this door right or just to our left, and we're not going to move, we're just going to wait right here. And eventually, once Vanya Shah has finished her meeting, which has just concluded, she will slowly make her way around here, have some tea, and the young lady who has been pacing up and down in front of us will inform her that the meditation chamber has now been repaired, and Vanya Shah will go and step into the water, and we are going to throw the car battery into the water with her and let the doors close. We won't actually get to see this kill. So there we go.
Confirmed kill on Vanya Shah. Excellent work, 47. Mission completed. Time to find an exit.
So that will get you the Mumbai Blackout challenge. All that's left for us to do now is to make good our escape, and if we're quick enough we can catch the train here. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't quite quick enough. So we're just going to wait here by the train tracks for the next train to come along, and when it does we can leave. So there we go, Mumbai Blackout taken care of, and that was the final challenge for Mumbai. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.